Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you guys tuned in today for one of the most fun topics that I can talk about, which is just yoga. So I'm glad you guys are here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Brittany. I am a yoga teacher here in St. Petersburg, Florida. I work at Beach Town Yoga in St. Pete, and I also work at the Beach Town Yoga in Safety Harbor as well. So for those of you who have never been to Beach Town Yoga, you're missing out. You need to go and check it out. It is seriously some of the best hot yoga in town. So go check it out. But I'm glad you're tuned in today because today's chat is literally just yoga teacher. Just being a yoga teacher, what it's like being a yoga teacher. And just like, I'm just going to get kind of personal and real during this chat here. So we'll see like where it goes today, and I'm just really excited to get into it. Why did I become a yoga teacher? And to be completely real with you, like growing up, I never thought like I'm gonna be a yoga teacher one day, or even as an adult, I wasn't even into yoga that much. Like I maybe took like less than a handful of yoga classes, and it was mostly like yoga at the park or like a hatha flow at like one of the local gyms. It wasn't anything like insane. It was still like fun and I liked it, but it wasn't something I was very passionate about at the time. And so life gets rough, life was getting hard, and I actually had a really big loss in my life, and my dad passed away when I was 26, so back in 2019. And it was probably the absolute worst thing that I have ever been through in my entire life. My dad and I were extremely close. He was like literally my best friend. And he passed away suddenly, and it was just something I never thought would happen to me. He was so young. He was only 46 years old, and like it just wasn't expected. And I got really, really depressed. I wasn't like the depressed kind where I was laying in bed all day doing nothing and like doing drugs or anything like that. I was just like a high functioning depressed person, if that makes sense to you guys. But basically I would like drink a lot. Like I was starting to drink more. I was going out partying more. I would still go to work, but I was severely depressed, and I was angry, and I would just punch things, and like I developed just such horrific anger problems. And I would just snap at like literally anything and everything and everyone, and I didn't even care who it was. And one day somebody actually introduced me to this studio in St. Pete called Sun State, which shout out Sun State. And I fell in love with yoga there. Like I took my first yoga class. It was a power flow. It was a hot power flow. I never did hot yoga before that. And it was really hard. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like I was looking at people. I had no idea what the poses were, like absolutely lost, like had no idea. And I signed up that day, like right after that first class. I signed up for a membership, and I just started consistently going like 3-4 times a week, like over and over and over. I just truly got addicted to it. And it was like, it felt good physically in my body. I looked at it as almost like a workout, which, yoga is so much more than a workout. But that's how I started at first. Like I felt good in my body. Like I worked out, like I feel good. And then like I started getting more into the mental and the spiritual aspect of it. And that's what really started changing everything for me. And I was practicing, I want to say for like 2 years by that point. And then I signed up for their teacher training, and I was just like, screw it. Like I really was thinking about it like hardcore. And I was like, I don't think I will ever get up and stand in front of a class full of people teaching yoga. Like I didn't expect myself to be doing that at all after I graduated training. Like I just wanted to kind of deepen my practice, maybe do some private lessons, small group lessons, but I didn't think that I would actually become a teacher out of this. But anyway, so that is completely why I decided to become a yoga teacher. I was feeling lost. I was depressed. Like, I just felt like I didn't really have a purpose anymore. Honestly, I know that sounds horrible, but it's just the truth. Like, I just genuinely like was lost. The next part of it is, what was yoga teacher training like? And I loved it. I absolutely loved training. I looked forward to it every time we had to go in and train for the weekend. And, you know, it broke me out of my shell. I'm very, I don't like being vulnerable. I don't like being emotional, especially in front of other people. Like, I can cry privately, I can get emotional privately, but like in front of other people, I just like, my guard is up. I just don't want to be vulnerable. I hated it so much. So yoga teacher training really cracks you open. It's uncomfortable. It is so uncomfortable. And that's what I needed. I needed that discomfort in order to grow. You get out of your comfort zone, that's when doors start opening for you. And just learning to be vulnerable was a huge part of yoga teacher training. Absolutely huge. And another thing that it was like is, I'm going to be real, like, it was intimidating. I was petrified. I was literally scared. This is so TMI, but like every weekend before I had to go in and practice teach, like in front of your training group, I would literally have the worst upset stomach. Like, I would have diarrhea. Like, I'm just being real. Like, I would be so sick to my stomach that I had to stand up in front of my training group, who they're all in the same boat. I had to stand up in front of them and practice teach, and it literally was like heart stopping for me. Like, growing up, I was not a public speaker. I always consider myself like an introverted extrovert because like I was a shy kid, you know, like I was shy. I didn't really talk in class much. Giving presentations was like, I would call in sick to school because I just couldn't get up in front of my class and present anything. I was so just scared of like standing in front of people and being judged. And so, you know, that was a big part of me wanting to do training, is to kind of get over that. Like, I didn't do public speaking classes, nothing like that. So it was very, very intimidating for me, very intimidating. But it broke me out. It broke me out of my shell. It pushed me. It made me push my limits. I've cried in teacher training. I laughed. You know, there was all kinds of emotions that come up for you during that. And I'm so grateful I did it, because I'm such a different person because of it. And I wouldn't say like completely different person, but like there's characteristics that have come out that have been so suppressed for so long just because of my own self-doubt and my own fear. So teacher training kind of helped me bring that out of me, if that makes sense. Insecurities that nobody really talks about being a yoga teacher is, I feel at times like, okay, so you're standing up in front of, let's say I'm teaching my large class of like 70 people. Like, I'm standing up there in front of 70 people. It is very vulnerable. Very vulnerable. You feel a little exposed. And some of my insecurities come out because sometimes like it's natural to feel like, oh my gosh, people are judging me. They're not going to like my class. They're going to talk about me after this. They'll leave me a bad review. Like, all of those insecurities start coming out of like feeling judged. And yeah, it's just a part of it. And, you know, that was more so in the beginning where it felt the worst for me in the beginning. I just felt like, oh my God, people are going to hate me. They hate me. They hate the way I talk. I'm annoying. Oh my God, I'm talking too much. Like, just those thoughts pop into your brain in the middle of teaching sometimes, at least for me. This is like my own personal experience. And another insecurity that I have struggled with, and I know other teachers have struggled with too, it just comes up. It's a natural like human instinct, is to compare yourself. I still go to people's classes and I am like, that was such a fantastic class. Like, that was so amazing. And then it has me question my own teaching. I'm like, okay, maybe am I doing good? Am I as good as them? Like, Or, oh, people really like this person, like they're really attracted to this person's class because of so X, Y, and Z, like their energy is amazing. Like it's just easy to kind of get in your head and just compare yourself to other teachers and other people. And a really big insecurity that I struggle with sometimes is just doubting myself, like doubting my classes. Like, is this flow okay? Like, did that sequence make sense? Or sometimes, like, I'm vulnerable in class. I share things that are personal to me in order to kind of like help my students relate to it. And sometimes I get in my head, I'm like, did I share too much? Like, so it's just natural to kind of question yourself in that way. And just, it's just part of the territory. Like, these feelings come up sometimes, and like some people are worse than others when it comes to, insecurities and doubt in yourself. But it is a personal problem that I have worked on a lot, and I feel like I'm so much better at it now, and I feel more confident in myself. But these insecurities, they come up sometimes. And a big thing that changed my life becoming a yoga teacher is the number one thing for me is confidence. Like, I am such a more confident person than I have ever been in my entire life. Like, Brittany, me 10 years ago, 5 years ago even, would have never thought I would be standing up in front of a crowd, leading them in a class, being vulnerable, and just like having a whole room of people trusting you and being able to guide them. And it's truly such an exhilarating feeling, just being able to be as confident as I am today and feeling proud of myself. Like, that was something that completely changed my life, changed my perspective. My self-esteem has improved. I didn't have the best self-confidence growing up. Like, I wasn't the cool girl in school. Like, I wasn't, all the guys weren't coming after me. Like, I was not that person at all. I was scared to stand up in front of a class to like do a presentation. Like, I was very shy. I was very insecure. I did not want people to look at me. Like, please don't look at me. Like, look away. And being able to step into this role as a yoga teacher, like, brought out all of those, like I said earlier, insecurities, but it's also changed me, changed my confidence. It helps me get out of my head and into my body. I trust myself more. I feel more like me, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I'm coming into myself finally. So becoming a teacher has truly, truly changed my life for the better. And I'm so happy that I am a teacher. And another topic is the reality of teaching. So just the reality of being a yoga teacher, your classes are not always going to be packed. And you can't take that personally. And like, sometimes I do. Sometimes I take it personally. I'm like, last week there was like 25 people. And then this week there's like 3. Or some weeks it'll be like 70 people. And then the next week it's 20 people. So it's just like, class size does vary sometimes. And it has nothing to do with you as a teacher, but it's just the reality of it. Not everybody is going to be able to make your class, or, whatever the case may be. Every case is very different. Another thing is, very recently I've been experiencing some weird energy in my classes, and like, it's going to happen. You're not going to have like perfect energy. It's a yoga studio where there's so many students coming in and out of those doors, and so many personalities, so much different energy, which is amazing. But sometimes you just have those classes where you're just like, what the hell was that? I've had people not banging on the door to get in 10 to 15 minutes after class started. Like, we lock the door 5 minutes into class, and then people will be banging on the door, and then another student will open it for them. I'm like, don't do that. Like, please don't open the door. Sometimes in class you get people talking to each other, talking in the middle of yoga class. It literally drives me insane. Like, that is such a pet peeve of mine. Like, I just can't. Like, why did you come to class if you're gonna have a full-on conversation? And then, I've had people scroll on their cell phones, and I'm just like, is class that boring? Like, I feel like I'm teaching a pretty spicy class. Like, they'll just be scrolling on their phones or, whatever the case may be. And I'm just like, it just comes with the territory. Like, you're dealing with the general public as a yoga teacher. And most of my classes are fantastic. Like, the students that come in, their energy, majority of the time, it is phenomenal, but you just have those days where you're like, what happened today? Like, why are people banging on the door? Personally, if I was late to a class, I'm not coming in. Like, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to walk in and have people be like, oh my God, that person was late. They're distracting everyone. I just don't want to be the person. But sometimes people just don't care, and it just happens. And you just have to like learn how to deal with it. You have to be able to set these boundaries with students, which I had a hard time at first, but now I'm to the point where I'm like, okay, guys, like, you cannot come in late anymore, like, ever again. Like, you just can't do that. Like, we have a 5-minute grace period, but after that, like, please just don't come. Please. Like, please. It's just so distracting. Some of the realities. And another thing is, like, reality of teaching, I mess up sometimes in class. Like, I am not a perfect yoga teacher. I'm literally a human being just doing my best. Like, I get my rights and lefts mixed up all the time. I would talk so fast because my brain goes so much faster than my mouth sometimes, like just now. My brain will go so much faster than my mouth that I start making up words, stuttering, slurring, like it just doesn't sound right, loudly into a microphone. And I'm like, you just have to laugh it off, I'm just like, I don't know what I just said, so don't listen to that. Like, just keep going. You just mess up. Like, I've messed up during a flow before. I've forgotten a couple poses on one side, and it just is what it is. And to be honest, like, I think some students really do appreciate that because they realize, like, oh, like, you're just human like me, and like, I am very human just like you. I promise. I never want people to think that I'm like this high up yoga teacher, because I am not. Honestly, I haven't drank my coffee in a while. So that was good. Before I forget, another thing about just being a teacher is you have to learn not to take things personally. And I'm really bad at that, but I'm getting better. Not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to like you. People are going to come to your classes and they might actually hate your class. They really might not enjoy it. They might think it's too hard. They might think it's too easy. They might not like your style. They might not like your music. And that's okay. Like, it's okay, because you're going to have people who are going to like you, who are going to like your classes, who are going to like your style, who are going to like your music. And you're going to build that community and have those students come to your class. In the beginning, if somebody didn't like my class, like, I would get really, really upset about it. But in my mind, I asked myself, like, well, do I like every single teacher's class? And like, the reality is, no, I don't. Or they don't resonate with me, but they resonate with other people, So you can't take things personally as a teacher. Like, it just comes with the territory. Like, people are going to show up and be like, I'm never coming back to this bitch's class. And it's like, that's fine. Don't come back. Like, they'll find somebody that they relate more to, and then that's okay. That's totally fine. It's just something that I'm continuously working on. It's just kind of like, it's not personal. It's just not their style. It's not their preference, and that's okay. I have my crowd. I have my students that like my style, like my music, and I see them every single week, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Some unexpected things after becoming a yoga teacher has been finding community. Like, that is such a big one for me, is just being a part of such an amazing community full of people, both the teachers, both the students, just everyone. I actually co-host a local group here in St. Pete and now in Safety Harbor as well. It's called Girls Who Yoga St. Pete and Girls Who Yoga Safety Harbor. And shout out to Julia, because she is the founder of it, and she was so nice and took me on as a co-host. And I host community events through it. I do namaste and lattes at both locations. So basically it's just yoga, hot yoga, and then we grab coffee with the girls after and just hang out and just chat and just make friends and just connect with other people. And I've been doing that for almost a year now with the St. Pete one, and about, I want to say like 7 months with the Safety Harbor one. And it's amazing because I've seen the same people that come consistently to my social hour, my events, and they make friends with each other. They hang out outside of it, like, and it's just so awesome to see. And I'm so thankful for the community that we've all created for each other, for the students. And I feel like that's one of the most important parts about becoming a teacher is community about it, and just having that social aspect after, not just doing class and then going home, but coming to class, staying after, hanging out, meeting like-minded people, and just, I don't know, I can't explain it to you, but it truly like warms my heart when I see my students, like, or my students come up to me and they're like, what you said really resonated with me today, and or that class was amazing, I needed that class so bad. Or when they send me a message on Instagram, they're like, hey, I'm coming to your class, I'm so excited to see you. Like, those things mean the most to me. And it just makes you realize, like, being a yoga teacher, it truly has changed the way I've looked at people. I'm so glad that I get to be a part of everyone's journeys in their life, and I get to influence people. I get to help people in some way just through my classes, and it's just amazing to see. So I just truly feel like the most unexpected gifts about becoming a yoga teacher is finding my purpose, and I truly believe that being a teacher is my purpose. It really is. I just love it so much. Some advice that I wish I knew before being a yoga teacher, one of them is people care more about how you make them feel. And that kind of ties into what I was talking about with community. Like, they don't care that you mess up in class. They don't care that whatever, you get your rights and lefts mixed up. Like, they don't care at the end of the day. Like, they really, really don't. They care how you make them feel. And like I said earlier, I've had students come up to me and be like, I really needed to hear that message. I actually had a message in my class the other day about anxiety and like how I've been struggling like with my hormones and being anxious, being frustrated with myself, and just like, I'm honest in class. I'm like, I honestly didn't even want to show up to teach today, but I'm here because I know how I feel after, and I feel amazing after I teach. And a student came up to me and she's like, I just want to let you know, like, I'm so glad you shared that because I can relate to that so, so much. And she even admitted, she's like, you know, when I come to your class or another teacher's class, like, it's nice to know that you guys are also human too, and you experience that as well. I'm like, girl, you have no idea. Like, I am so human. Like, I experience all the emotions. I experience showing up to class to teach, not wanting to be there because of my own personal issues, but people truly care about how you make them feel. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to make mistakes. It makes us human. It's going to happen. Your music might get cut out. You might mess up some words. You might not just have it all together one class. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Just do your best. Just show up as you are. And you don't have to put on a face. You don't have to hide your emotions or be fake. Just be real with your students. Always be real. Just be like, hey, I didn't have the best day today, but we're going to make the best of it. You know? And another thing as well is staying open to new things. I will say when I first started teaching, I found my style that I love to teach. Like, people who come to my class know I'm not a repetitive teacher. You don't know what's coming next in my class usually. Like, I just switch it up. But I got so used to kind of like teaching a very specific way that I kind of got stuck in my way a little bit. And it's important to stay open to try new things and add in different sequencing, add in different cueing, maybe switch up your music sometimes and just kind of like feel it out. Be open-minded, come in with a new perspective. And something that really helps me is going to other teachers' classes with the mindset of like, I want to learn something new today. And I've gone to other teachers' classes and I'm like, this is such a cool thing that you added in your class. Like, maybe I'll try my own variation of it. Or, oh my gosh, your playlist was so cool. It's different from what I play in class. Like, maybe I could try switching up my music a little bit. Just getting like inspiration from other teachers. Even like ask what your students like. Like, what would you guys like to see in class next time? My power classes specifically, recently I've been switching it up with adding in an advanced asana, advanced posture in class. And like I've been doing, what did I do? Oh my gosh. I did flying pigeon the other week. I was doing chin stands for a while consistently. And people love that. They love having like freedom in class. And that's something new that I've been incorporating into my power classes, is adding in those advanced postures. People look forward to it. They're like, ooh, what's next week? Like, what are we going to learn this week? Like, just kind of staying open to trying new things is so important in anything in life, really. I mean, I wouldn't be a teacher if I wasn't open-minded to trying it out. Thank you guys so much for stopping in and watching my random chat on being a yoga teacher and all of the fun things that it entails. If you've ever been thinking about becoming a yoga teacher, even if it's just like a thought in your mind, I highly recommend you just do it. I literally cannot stress that enough. Just do it. Like, yes, I understand, like, it's an investment. It's an investment in you. Like, if I did not do yoga teacher training, I honest to God don't know what my life would be like right now. I don't know what it would be like. I don't know what I would be doing with my life. Like, it's truly changed my life. I cannot express that enough. Like, the people I've met, the community, my confidence, like who I am as a person. Like, I'm still the same Brittany, but better, if that makes sense. Like, I feel just more like me. I found my passion. I found my calling. And I think if you're interested in it, I think you should do it. Maybe it's your calling too. But I'm more than happy to answer any questions in the comments. You can message me. Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm going to finish the rest of my coffee since I didn't drink it at all. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day.